Is our mic plugged in?
Oh.
Hope so.
You know what else I hope?
Is it turned on?
I just watched the beginning of last episode, and I realized I yell at the beginning of every single episode, so I'm going to take it chill. I'm holding it in.
Yeah.
I'm holding it in like a big big turd.
There you go.
What number?
Are you going to try to not swear again this time?
Yeah, I'm on a roll.
Because you failed last time.
Shoot.
Miserably.
Did I? No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Episode 10.
I don't know if Cory remembers last episode.
We're here. Hold on. Party mode. Okay. Half party mode. Going back to regular mode. Heck yeah. Welcome back.
Episode 10.
We made
Double
it.
digits. We're 2 handfuls now.
We are 2 handfuls, and we are... I think
what?
so. Yes.
And yes.
How are you, Rhinosaurus?
I'm good. I didn't have anything today, so I just kind of cleaned and hung out.
No Molly?
No.
No meth?
I did homework. I read. I stretched because my legs are sore.
Not the only type of stretching you're going to be doing
Nothing
today.
Crazy. Nothing crazy. How was your day?
Yeah. Woke up, had some work. Did you just see that dust particle come across the screen? What in the snowing? So, I'm going to already take a little tangent. And I have a feeling this might be a 2-hour episode, so brace yourself.
All right.
If you want to leave halfway through, just let me know.
Okay.
I could talk to the
computer.
Sounds good. Today we looked at scorpion bites.
Okay.
Scorpion stings. They are scary.
I bet.
Yeah,
they probably swell.
They do swell and they make your limbs numb.
Yeah, it's a neurotoxin.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's like really cool.
It's like a bee sting, but way stronger.
Yeah, it's like a bee sting plus.
Mm-hmm.
We're also wearing our hats. Some of us are wearing it properly.
Have you ever been stung by a jellyfish?
No. We don't have jellyfish in the ocean.
Have you ever been? No. Have you ever been stung by a jellyfish?
I've never been stung by a jellyfish.
Really?
Have you?
Living in California?
Never. I've never been attacked by a vicious animal.
I have.
Have you really?
Yeah, I got stung on the foot.
Wait, how? Was your foot just
I
like
stepped
ding?
on it.
You stepped on a jellyfish, they float.
Mm-hmm. They were like washed up on the beach.
Oh, it was on the sand.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your fault. I know they're clear, but you can still see them.
Well, I was like 7, 8.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Did you pee?
No.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, I peed when I got home.
No, I mean like you're supposed to pee on your foot.
I know. I didn't have to.
Why?
Because I had like just gone. I didn't have to go.
You have siblings. Why did they go pee on you?
Because they didn't want to. They thought it was gross.
I would pee on you any day of the week.
My whole like heel and Achilles turned black.
Like necrotic?
I don't know, but it was like...
Or like...
Oh! But it was like black.
Okay, jeez. What, in California?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Have you recovered from it?
I have.
Sounds like you have some...
Physically and psychologically.
Emotional trauma.
No. No emotional trauma.
You know, since it's episode 10, I feel like we should just introduce Emily. Just one time.
No.
We? No? You don't think so? I don't
Not until it's her episode.
I think episode 21 is her episode. And she says, come on. It's because she's always so busy. Like, tonight she's not even here.
Yeah. So...
There's just another human out there.
She has to let us know when she's free.
She's never free. She's super busy. And
which is why she's not on.
Understandable. Because we have all the free time in the world.
I do. I don't know about you. But I definitely do.
That's okay.
Lunch plus crunch equals lunch. As my shirt says.
I don't. My eyes are really red right now.
They are. So are mine. Mine are kind of itchy though. They're kind of dry.
Maybe we're allergic to each other.
Maybe.
That'd be cute.
That is cute.
So what do you want to talk about today?
I have a couple things that I want to talk about.
Okay.
First, I want to talk about typing.
Typing.
Like on a keyboard.
Okay. Not like a typewriter.
So like, do you ever think about like how you learn to type?
I remember a few days when I learned how to type.
You like a couple days?
No. Like I took a class.
Yeah, like in school. Was it like part of your school?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that was really like where you mastered it?
No, but I think that's where I learned the foundation.
What do you think contributed the most to you being an effective typer? Like, where do you think you saw the most growth and like practice?
Probably just doing it.
Or like, how well do you type now?
I'd say above average. Like,
Okay.
I don't look at the keyboard.
That's good.
Which is Probably my biggest flex.
And you're like you use all your fingers and...
I do. I tend to neglect my right thumb, though.
Wait, for shift?
Yeah.
That's fine.
So please don't hate me. I also...
for space, not shift.
When there's special symbols, I don't know those.
Yeah, that's fair.
But there wasn't one day where I just could type without looking. It was just kind of a gradual process, as one does.
Yeah. I just wonder if that's a thing in all schools, because throughout my college career, the number of kids I've seen type with just their pointer fingers is a little concerning.
Are they 40-year-old men?
No. Especially considering the fact that we have to write
papers,
multi-thousand word papers, right? So I think the longest paper I've written is 18 pages, including title and reference and...
Was that a paper or was that a...
It was a paper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've done 30-page lab reports, but those also have
but they have
photos and...
Yeah, I guess my lab reports were over 20.
They're chunks.
Yeah, but they have graphics and stuff. Anyway, typing. I don't know. I just feel like people should get better at it.
Maybe we should give them lessons one day. You know how we discussed the Oxford comma? Mm-hmm. Maybe we should discuss typing.
Typing?
Maybe. Yeah. I think we need another PowerPoint one day soon.
Have you seen all the different keyboard layouts? This is the QWERTY keyboard, right? That came from typewriters?
Yes.
Have you seen Dvorak and
I've seen the ones where they split and it's in each hand.
Yeah.
I think a lot of programmers use those.
I don't think so.
But... Okay. Let's just go with it so I feel a little bit smart. Sound good?
I don't think they actually do.
No, I've seen videos.
Yeah, but when you say most, I don't think that's right.
Can I change it to some and would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you can get up to almost 200 words per minute with some of those keyboard layouts.
Honestly, I'll stay at my 40 and be content. Because, hear me out, in my line of field, I had it first. I had it...
Line of work, field of work.
Sure. It's not really typing. There's some typing, but a lot of it is selecting options. So it's more click speed that matters.
Have you seen the competitive clicking games?
Oh, I'd be terrible at that.
Where you have, it's super precision, and a spot will show up on your screen and you have to click it, and they get really, really, really fast.
You know who'd be good at that?
Not me.
Tegan. With her fast moving feet.
I don't think feet have anything to do with it.
There's a correlation between fast feet and fast hands.
Does that mean your hands are slow? Because your feet are slow.
Yeah, no, my hands are not notoriously fast.
Wow.
You see that?
That was crazy.
No, you didn't. That's right. We should have Tegan on another episode.
We should. She's working right now.
She works every day.
Oh, she might be over tomorrow.
She said she'll be over Friday night.
Which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
We can have a little play date.
Sweet. That's weird. Don't say that.
Play not date?
Yeah.
Play session. Playpen. What? Did I do something wrong?
No, you just keep talking.
It's what we do. It's a podcast.
Oh, shoot.
Not a podcast. Right. It's a filmed therapy session.
Film therapy.
So I heard something really, really deep today.
Yeah?
And it was...
Keep talking. I'm going to get my water bottle from behind me.
You can get the butler to do that. Oh, butler! The butler quit. It was a gentleman. I think he's famous. I don't know who it was. And he was telling his therapist that he was tired of the highs and lows in life. The highs were super high and the lows were super low.
Isn't that called bipolar?
Bear with me. Bear with me, Rhino. It's going to get deep. You ready?
Yeah.
And they compared it to a heart rhythm.
Or was he a professional parachuter?
Hey, how about you shut up and let me talk?
And
thanks.
Diver. He was a professional parachuter and diver.
Ryan, this is gonna blow.
I thought it was gonna be a joke at first, but now it's not.
No, it's real.
So I had to say the joke. Ugh. Anyway, tired of high highs and low lows.
Super low lows, super high highs.
Okay.
And his therapist compared it to a heart rate. Or an EKG strip. So it's it's like a pyramid.
Yeah.
Sure. Now if you took that same analysis or analogy, and if you just made everything neutral, you'd be flatlined. You'd be dead.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to rock with the high highs and low lows to keep on living.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I heard it this morning, and it kind of made me chug through the day.
Good. I like it.
Thanks.
That's a good analogy.
Maybe
don't
we should
flatline.
Or do.
Don't be boring. Be cool.
Don't be boring.
Be interesting.
Be fresh. Oh, speaking of fresh, oh my gosh. Guys, fellas, episode 10. Seriously?
You need to calm down.
Are you serious right now?
Episode 10.
Sorry, ladies. We are eligible for advertisements.
Yeah. We're gonna have to make the ad reads funny, otherwise I'm gonna feel bad doing that.
I hope Tegan buys whatever product we're advertising.
I hope they don't.
Why?
No, I hope they do.
Oh, yeah.
No, probably not.
Okay.
But don't let the advertisers hear that.
Sorry.
Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. It'd be cool. We'd get some better microphones.
With our
ad money.
Ryan, we're about to be so wealthy in pennies. That's not even.
I know. We're gonna have to find 20-cent microphones. Craigslist. Here we come.
What's the other one? Offer up.
Offer up.
Here we come.
Facebook Marketplace.
No way. Those are gonna have drugs in them.
We'll just drive around. You know how people leave couches on the side of the road? And mattresses?
I think Camelback and 27th
could
have some good mics.
Definitely.
Speaking of mics, my obsession with the show Cops has once again appeared.
Yeah, you just started watching Cops the other day and you were like, oh, I've seen this one before.
I love the show Cops. It's a calming show to me.
Calming?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Because
I watch it for comedy.
Yeah, of course. But the comedy brings some sort of peace to me. Because I'm not that dumb. If I was in this situation, I would not run. I'd probably stay with the drugs.
Fair enough.
If you're going to kill me, you're going to kill the drugs. How would you smuggle drugs across the border?
Which border? And what drug?
Mexico to the United States.
Okay.
And you're bringing cocaine.
Submarine. Next.
Would the type of drug actually change it?
Probably. Also, how much?
14 tons.
14 tons. I might just airdrop it.
I was gonna say that. Put it in an airplane and
just somewhere in the middle of Montana.
You know,
just this crate of coke and a parachute.
Yeah. I think Montana's response.
I think I would do that.
Shoot, the FBI's gonna watch this and they're gonna be showing up.
I know that usually they use submarines.
Usually?
Yeah.
The Carter drug deal business uses submarines.
The Carter cartel.
Oh, that's kind of catchy. Speaking of cartel, what's his name? Who El Chapo's son got arrested.
Really?
Yeah.
For what?
Being El Chapo's son, isn't that reason enough?
Is El Chapo still in the prison in Colorado?
No, I think they had to move him, didn't they? Because
really?
Somebody dug a hole. You didn't hear about this?
No. I thought it was like a max security prison.
Me too, but somebody dug a tunnel.
How are you digging? Oh my gosh.
He's got moles working for him. Oh my gosh. They literally dug a tunnel with electricity and everything.
He learned how to speak mole. He amassed an army of moles
to
dig him out.
Yeah, they're going to start having to put fences under the prison now.
No, they're going to have to learn worm now.
No! It's going to get through the fences?
Yeah.
Upside down.
Ant. They're going to learn ant.
Yeah, that'd be powerful.
Talk about Ant-Man.
If you could have any insect, under your control, what would it be? Because ants would be powerful because the amount of...
It would be.
The amount of power they hold.
Isn't there a superhero about that? No.
Yeah, Captain America.
Yeah. Part of me wants to say gnats just so I can annoy people.
Okay.
But
I don't think annoy is the right word.
Maybe spiders.
Actually, spiders?
Yeah. Wouldn't it be cool?
I mean, I'm not too fond of spiders.
What if I could just say arachnids?
No, that's too powerful.
Wait, are crustaceans a type of arachnid?
Okay, let's stay away from the word crustacean. I think we're going to get flagged for some...
Crustacean?
I don't like that word. It reminds me of clam chowder.
Sorry, my bad.
Also, what's for dinner tonight?
We have ground beef.
We can ask the butler.
Oh, we have that steak still.
Ooh.
We should probably make that before it gets freezer burnt.
Steak and ground beef and ice cream.
Ew. That's so gross.
It's like
Have you seen that company that makes custom ice cream flavors for different things?
Mm-mm.
And they've had like weird flavors, like Thanksgiving, where it tastes like turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh, Salt and Straw.
Maybe. I don't know.
They have physical stores.
I don't know.
I've been to it. There was one in downtown Disney, and I had one that was chicken and waffles.
Was it good?
Honestly, yes. It had
Personally, I love chicken and waffles.
But in ice cream form, it's a bit different.
It might be good, because, like, chicken and waffles and ice cream would be good. So as long as you don't have, like, a soggy waffle texture, then I feel like it'd be good.
It was just, it was like ice cream, right?
Okay.
And then there was just chicken chunks in it. It tastes like blue cheese.
I'm not going to lie, that might be good.
It was okay. I wouldn't eat it over, like...
Was it salty and sweet?
It's more just... It was like just a savory vibe all around.
Okay, fair enough.
All around savory.
For dinner. Chicken and waffles.
You get all your food in one.
In ice cream form.
It's actually not a terrible idea.
Have ice cream for every meal.
Make Patricia happy.
We should do that. Patricia.
I barely know her.
Fair
Anyways,
enough.
should we start the list of questions?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about the first thing.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that because we don't have the TV on. Oh, bad teacher stories.
You want to start? Because that's just out of the blue. I don't even...
Yeah, so Tegan was texting me today about her teacher for social problems class.
What's social problems?
I don't know, but
do they talk about, like...
This class is going to be a social problem.
Do they talk about, like, abortions and, like...
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I really don't know. But the teacher was basically just ranting the whole time and started ranting about if you go to work, you're a slave.
Isn't she at work by teaching?
So she mentioned that. She was like, yeah, I'm a slave to GCU.
Okay, that's
but
hot.
The funny thing is slavery...
You didn't get paid.
You don't get paid. And work, you do. So, like...
Also, work is by choice.
Yeah, so, like, her argument's just flawed right off the bat.
Was she being serious?
Yeah.
Did she have a real argument, though?
I mean,
there
was no argument. It was a persuasive speech.
Was anybody persuaded, you think?
I don't think so.
I mean, that's fine.
I just don't know how GCU hired a
GCU's
professor like that.
GCU's had some misses with professors.
I got a professor fired because they were teaching false information.
That's so cool, especially in a STEM field.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
really
my kinesiology class. They were talking about... Sure, she was talking about stuff. And I was like... I would pull up research during class and be like, that's not true. That was disproven in, like, 1973. And she was like, oh, yeah.
What is she, a freaking Flintstone?
I don't know. So we had to get, like, most of the class to contact, like... the like head teachers and like the deans, and yeah, it was a mess. She was our professor for like 8 weeks still before we got a new professor. It was such a waste of a class. Like, they should have refunded us some bull.
Well, I also got a professor fired. He was at GCU. He was a prisoner.
Yeah, the one.
Well, it was he went to jail for like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, like multiple accounts. Wasn't it?
I'm okay if you go to jail for like a warrant, but
wasn't
like,
there also like armed batteries
like
or something
some
like
serious crimes?
Yeah.
And he's over here teaching microbiology.
Yeah.
Eddie, please. I think his name was Eddie.
I think it was. One of Tegan's professors, she found out, went to prison too. I forget what it was for.
That was recently.
Yeah, that was last semester.
I'm all for second chances.
GCU, get your act together. You guys suck.
Well, GCU's powerful around here.
I don't care. Their adjunct professors are terrible most of the time.
This is true. But there are some really good ones.
Oh, yeah. A lot of the full-time professors I've had are incredible. But, like, these part-time bums they find off the street...
27th and
like,
Camelback.
they suck.
They're also looking for microphones.
I don't know how... I want to see their credentials.
High school diploma. And
that explains a lot.
Certificate in teaching. Not even school.
To be fair, I do have one adjunct professor right now who seems to be really good so far. I've only had her for a class.
I've only had her for 2 hours.
But she makes sense when she talks.
Speaking of talking, I just had this thought. You know how people...
What is talking? What is
communication?
What is language?
Exactly.
Is that actually where you're going?
No.
Oh, okay.
You know how teaching like requires a 4-year degree?
Yeah.
Why can't it be a trade school?
I don't know.
I feel like that's something...
Well, I know you have to have... I don't know, it could be.
I'm talking like lower elementary.
Because it's like not a trade by definition. It's a... Oh, plus... Because like public schools are like government funded.
Okay.
So that might have something to do with it.
I just feel like 4 years for early elementary ed is a waste.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Because you have gen eds that you have to get out of the way. Because like you still want to have the requirements. Like they should know their stuff. Even if they're just teaching elementary school. Like they should still know math to a certain degree and English to a certain degree, just so they sound intelligent when talking to parents and stuff.
Yeah, they don't need to take freaking calculus though. Not that they do.
I was gonna say, who do you know that's
they go up to geometry, but that's okay.
I don't know. A lot of it is how to teach, psychology of children, teaching methods and practices, stuff like that. I
mean, that's fair, but
then you have an entire semester of student teaching.
But that's my point. You learn on the job.
Yeah.
So why are we making these poor fellas do 2 years of prereqs and then the remainder 2? Like, it should be an associate's maybe. Maybe that's more fair.
I don't know. I think it depends on a lot.
You could be a nurse with an associate's degree.
Not an RN.
You're an RN, but you don't have your BSN.
Oh, weird.
Will you get hired? Maybe not, but that's okay.
Well, it used to be. It used to be you didn't...
Correct.
Have a BSN, right?
Correct.
Because when my grandma was a nurse, she was only in for 2 years.
Yeah, correct.
And that's like how it was.
Hospitals started hiring those associates again because of COVID.
Oh, just because they didn't have enough.
But you can't promote. There's a lot of like...
You probably get paid less right out the gate too.
Yeah, there's a lot of like little... I don't know. It's like, why would
I always thought that was weird. A lot of places, even if your degree isn't relevant to the field of work, they have this like base pay scale that's like, I don't know, just arbitrary numbers. But like, $20 an hour if you have your high school diploma. $25 an hour if you have your bachelor's. $30 an hour if you have your master's. Even if they're in like things that don't pertain to the field at all. And that makes no sense to me.
Maybe it's like if you do the time, you get the money. You know? Like
that makes no sense to me at all.
Well, it doesn't have to because you don't have your bachelor's or your master's.
But like if I want to get hired somewhere, right? And they're like, okay, cool, you have your high school diploma will pay you $20 an hour. And then like I'm in school currently for, I don't know.
Business.
For, I don't know. Let's just use my major. So like exercise science. So let's say, I don't think they actually do this, but let's say I want to go be a personal trainer, right? And they're like, okay, if you have your high school diploma, you get $20 an hour. If you have your bachelor's, you get $25. If you have your master's, you get $30. But if you have your bachelor's in exercise science versus someone who has their master's in liberal, like bachelor's in liberal arts and master's in like painting or something, like why should they get paid more just because they have a master's degree than someone who has a degree that's relevant to the field of work? I don't know.
I agree.
That's my argument. I don't like it.
But I'm saying if you do have a bachelor's in kinesiology and the person has a master in kinesiology, I think they should get paid more.
Yeah, they should, but I'm talking about when
it doesn't pertain.
When it's not relevant to the field and they just go off of how many years you've been in school.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it should go off...
pay you more because you have more debt? Like, that's a stupid reason.
It should go off experience.
Yeah, experience or not even... Or, yeah, like experience and knowledge base.
Which is
like, they should have some hard questions that they ask you to make sure you know what you're talking about. You know?
Please don't do that. Not that life.
Did you see the trend? I don't know when it was. I think it was last spring on social media where they would go around asking people who had just graduated with their BSN, like during after graduation, they would like ask them a nursing question and they wouldn't know it.
Yeah,
because it was like really hard questions, but it was kind of the comedy of like, like, oh, these are the future nurses. It was so funny.
I've seen those, and like, yeah, some of the questions are really hard, but some of them are like, you should probably know that.
Yeah, I mean, the number of people that cheat in college is insanely high.
If you cheat in nursing school, you're a different breed.
Yeah,
because now
then you're gonna end up killing people.
You're just screwing people over. The point of nursing school is to prepare you for one test.
Yeah,
the NCLEX.
Yeah.
Why cheat through that?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're in the wrong profession.
Yeah.
How did we get on this topic?
I don't know.
Education.
We went on a freaking tangent and a half.
See, we're already at 25 minutes and we barely started this list.
No, we're almost done with this list.
I also look over and all I see is Logan Paul. Should we talk?
I went down a rabbit hole today.
Okay, let's talk about Logan. I'm a low gangster, by the way.
Newest news on Logan.
What's happened? I don't know.
So you know his pig that he had?
No.
He had a pet pig.
Like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he still had it, and it like grew up, and he like posted a picture of it all grown up. It's like this giant pig. It's not a teacup pig. All right, it's huge.
Is this in California? Where is this?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because he has a ranch.
It's but like at his house. He abandoned it in a field, and this animal like conservation whatever group found it, and he's getting a lot of hate right now.
Wait, how do they know it's his?
Because it has very, very distinct spots. And he doesn't have it anymore.
How do we know this?
Huh?
Yes. Oh, that's a cute photo.
You like it?
Aww.
Go! Paul.
Piggate. Pig.
2 days ago?
Not
2 days ago? We're like 2 days late. Yeah.
People.com, folks. This is good.
Animal sanctuary.
I believe you.
The field.
I just feel like that's very irresponsible.
Well, he's not a responsible person.
Correct, but he has an entire team to make his responsible choices. So how could his team let him do that?
His team sucks. His team is Jeff, whatever the fuck his last... Oh, I swear.
Oh!
Whatever his last name is. Dude, Jeff, have you heard him talk?
Is that his name, Jeff?
He's a moron.
Are you sure it's Jeff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeff's his manager.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Jeff from the Vlog Squad.
No, it's like, I don't know, he has a weird looking face.
I know what he looks like.
Anyway.
I'm a low gangster,
dude,
remember?
Have you heard him try to put together a sentence and, argue and, debate something?
You know,
it's atrocious. That's his team. His team isn't an intelligent team. Some of them are, but, the fact that his manager is that person...
Let me counter.
Come on.
Let me counter. You could hate on both of them as much as you want, but look where he is in life. Look how much money he's making.
From scamming people.
But it's working. I'm not saying
so
it's right.
So is that okay?
I'm not saying it's right.
So we can agree it's morally wrong.
Correct.
Even though he's successful. So does that make it okay?
Not a lot. Look at freaking Wall Street.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the things they do on Wall Street is scamming.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Perfect.
So
we're on the same page.
So it's morally wrong.
Yes.
So he's not a good person.
I don't know about that.
Maybe so you can be morally wrong and not be a good person.
Ah, man, this is a loophole. I don't know him personally, so how can I say he's not a good person? I've seen his actions.
Because he scams people. Exactly.
So based off what I've seen, I would say no.
Okay.
But I don't know him.
Exactly.
You don't know him.
Exactly.
What the internet says, we don't know him.
Exactly, but you can look at times he's
messed up,
been under fire for a lot of things. And he's gotten second and third and fourth and fifth and sixth chances. But when he goes on his podcast and criticizes his best friend because of his religion,
we're talking about this.
That's a BS thing to do.
Oh, I think that was super wrong.
Yeah,
he goes on power trips.
It doesn't mean that I don't feel bad for him for destroying his knee. That sucks. But I don't know. He's not a good person.
I don't know if I agree.
You think he's a good person?
I didn't say that. Can I have a neutral stance?
I just said I don't think he's a good person, and you said I don't agree.
But that doesn't mean I think he's a good person. I think I have a very neutral stance because I do not know him.
Okay.
I think that's a fair argument.
But he makes bad choices
often.
Fair.
Yeah. I could argue I make bad choices often.
But not to that extent where you're like ruining people's financial lives and like
this is true, but I also
using
don't have
animals and like criticizing people for their beliefs.
Yes. Again, bad.
Yeah, there's a scale of bad.
Not according to God.
Yeah, there is.
Is there?
Yeah. You think God doesn't think that lying isn't worse than murdering someone?
I would like to think so, but I
don't think so.
But I also believe that a sin is a sin.
I don't think every sin is equal to every other sin.
No? Mm-mm. I would like to believe that.
You think stealing $1 from... Or not even stealing. Like...
I don't think it's the action. I think it's the intention.
Well, that's a different argument completely.
Okay.
Because...
You want to go down that rabbit hole? I'm up for it.
Because I want to stay on this.
Okay, let's do it.
So, you think that God sees genocide as the same level of sin as telling a fib?
What I want to believe that they're different levels of sin.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's levels of sin.
I think there are.
I hope you're right. I do.
Why don't you think that there are?
I don't know. That's just something I've always believed. I guess there's no like notion to that. Does that make any sense?
I'll do some research.
See
what the Bible says.
I would actually really like to know that because I've always believed each sin has a level.
Wait, you just said that
each sin doesn't have a level. Sorry.
Yeah.
But I do want to truly believe that if I just lied and then you murdered someone, they're on different levels.
Yeah, they have to be. Like,
I want to believe that.
Ending someone's life is so much worse. And then, obviously, the laws hopefully reflect that in a lot of cases. Which they do, but in some cases they don't.
Doesn't that almost like let's talk about Mormonism for a second.
I don't know a whole lot about Mormonism.
Then let me take the lead. Just kidding, I really don't know a lot either. But I know there's different levels of heaven you can get to in their eyes.
Yeah.
Can't you kind of like relate that to the different levels of sin?
Well, to get to different levels of heaven, there's a lot of things that go into it.
One of them being gender.
Yeah.
Which is...
I never said it was cool.
Obscure.
It's weird.
It's a cult. Sorry to all our Mormon listeners. Please contact me if you need help.
I would love for them to explain it to me because I've tried to read about it and it does not make sense to me. Do we know any Mormons? I don't personally.
I do, but they don't. We should try to find a Mormon.
We should.
We should steal a Mormon and have them talk.
Steal a Mormon?
No, seriously though, we should have them on, and I would love to hear their beliefs.
I just want to learn about it.
You were raised Catholic.
I was raised Catholic, yeah.
Would you still consider yourself Catholic?
No, because I don't align all of my beliefs with the same beliefs as Catholicism.
Okay.
So while I still do believe a lot of things of Catholicism, I feel like I'm doing the Catholic name a disservice if I call myself Catholic and I don't practice in that way.
Okay, so what would you consider yourself today?
Christian.
Like non-denominational?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe in all Christian values?
Well, there's one Christian, but there's calling yourself a Christian basically just means that you believe in Jesus and everything that he stood for.
Okay.
So yeah.
Fair.
It's more like a value. I don't know.
What would you say to the people that would put you in the same category as being homophobic? Because you say
homophobic?
Because you say you're Christian.
I think that those are two completely different things.
You do?
Believing someone existed thousands of years ago who was God is a lot different than hating a group of people because of their attraction. I mean, those are two way different things.
I agree, but people who don't understand the religion and look at one side, the very extreme side of Christianity, usually puts all Christians in the same pool of...
Which is wrong.
Very much so.
For any group. I mean, stereotypes exist for a reason. But you have to be able to see past that and ask questions.
But also to the Christians out there that are homophobic and continue to make these stereotypes stronger and I feel like there's a lot of Christians that come off hateful and judgmental, and
yeah, even if they aren't, they have that implicit bias.
They have a condescending tone often.
Yeah.
And I feel that sometimes at church, which is weird.
Yeah.
So if Jesus came back today, what do you think that'd be like? Not from like a religious standpoint. How do you think the world would take it?
I think he would get lynched very, very quickly.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what if he grows back? He's back, baby, for the fourth time.
I don't know.
Do you think people would perceive him as a threat?
Yes.
Which country do you think would try to take him out first? I think the people in the running is United States.
Middle East.
You think so?
Or... Actually, no. United States. Easy.
Yeah, we don't like the unknown.
Yeah, definitely United States.
They would definitely, like, arrest him for showing up.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's an illegal alien at
He's
this
a
point.
threat.
Yeah, take him down, boys.
Yeah.
Wow, we really went on a tangent there.
Mm-hmm.
Should we move on from religion? And
Sure.
Logan Paul? So,
Yeah.
do you remember a few episodes? Do you remember a few episodes? I sound like SpongeBob. A few episodes I brought up.
Never seen SpongeBob.
Plain Girl Sabrina. You remember?
Oh,
her?
yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, I met her on the plane.
On the airplane?
I sent her that episode, and she sent me, like, live reactions, like, live text, and she was, like, answering all of our questions.
Oh, heck yeah.
I love that.
I feel like, okay, if you made it this far, leave comments.
Can you leave comments?
I don't know. I know you can on YouTube. Or at least on Spotify we have like a post question that you can answer. And then we also have a poll that you can answer. But there's been like zero interaction with that.
You know, I know Tegan often drives, so please don't.
Yeah, don't do it while driving, but like when you get home. Like,
it'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Our
YouTube has 1 like.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's it from? Do we
I
know?
think we average like 7 views a video.
We're going up in the world.
We have 1 like.
We are going up in the world. The trend is up.
Yeah. The trend line of our EKG is up.
We're on a high, baby.
Right now, we're not on a high. We're like climbing a little bit.
That's okay.
Our high was like
12.
Day 4.
It was when we really pushed. But to be fair, you don't have an Instagram. I don't post that we have a podcast.
Well, we're gonna make an Instagram for the podcast.
Yeah? Are you gonna run it? Or do I have to run it? You probably don't want to download Instagram again, no?
Yeah, we can both run it.
Okay. I feel like
I'll have to run it kind of because we know what happens when Cory runs our TikTok.
We need to start posting. That's how we're gonna blow up.
Remember when I was like, yeah, I'll post the videos. You just make TikToks. And he hasn't made us. Oh, I guess he made 1 TikTok.
I did make 1. I'll work on it. Here's the thing. If our podcast did blow up, we would be in a pickle because you leave in April.
Yeah. We could do Zoom podcasts.
Catch me dead before I do that. Catch me dead.
You could fly out.
You could fly out.
No, I can't.
Okay. Let's just talk in theory here. We have millions of subscribers. We get
hundreds. And we're not canceled for everything we've said.
Seriously, we get hundreds of thousands.
We're gonna get sued by Logan Paul for defamation.
Not again.
Did you see he's suing CoffeeZilla?
Yes. Can I finish my thought? You freaking.
Did you see his answer videos?
No, I didn't watch them.
They're so bad.
Oh. I guess I'm not a Logan Pauler anymore. I don't really watch his stuff.
He talked about it on his podcast too.
I haven't watched any recently.
But there was one thing he said that made sense. Everything else that he said, he dug himself into a hole farther.
Speaking of holes, you interrupted me.
He had no proof for anything.
I'm going to proof this ass if you don't stop.
You said
the F word. So
right.
I don't want to hear it. Okay, continuing.
Crime.
In theory, we are fame.
I hope not. I don't want to be famous.
That's what I was going to say. Anyways.
This is podcast.
This is friends only podcast. If you're not one of our friends, get lost. Seriously. If you find this on Spotify, no, you don't. We'll be on like the top charting.
No way.
Top charting one day. Would you stay in Arizona?
No.
If this podcast like blew up?
No.
Even if we were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month?
Yeah, no.
Would you consider another
I
state?
could not live here long term.
Would you consider another state besides Arizona?
Yeah.
Not Colorado, though.
Depends on the state.
Would you go to Tennessee with me?
No.
Okay. What's our second option?
Okay, Mr. Snow. I don't want to move to Colorado because snow is an inconvenience. It snows in Tennessee, dumbass.
This is true, but at that point
snow's an inconvenience.
I'll be a trillionaire. And
the one reason I don't want to live in Colorado is because snow is an inconvenience.
I think Colorado's boring. And you probably don't like hearing that. I do. I don't.
That's because you don't like outdoorsy things.
I do. I just do not enjoy hiking as much as your fellow Coloradians.
That's not the only outdoorsy thing to do.
What do you guys do? Like hunt elk?
You can if you want.
Isn't that illegal?
No.
Aren't they protected?
No, you can get elk tags.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't know. I love...
Moose are protected.
No, same thing. That really hurt. Okay, can we settle on Hawaii?
Oof. We'd have to be making a lot of money. It's expensive to live there.
Plus, you don't know how to swim.
Yeah, true.
Dang. We can get you some floaties.
Okay.
What state? So we're not in California.
No, I just want to hear this out. Why is Tennessee okay? Because there's snow. What does Tennessee have that Colorado doesn't?
The #1 peds hospital in the nation.
That's fair. So you'd take the snow for that hospital?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I need to visit it. I've never been, so I guess that argument's void, but...
I think you do. I just think your snow argument's void now. Because if there's something good enough there, you'll take the snow.
That's fair. You're completely right. I'm also, very much in love with my job. So I think if there was a really good opportunity in Colorado, I would go.
Fair enough. We have a really good children's hospital.
I bet you guys do. But so do a lot of other nations.
That's true. Nations. Whoa.
And
We're going out of the country, boys.
We're going to Zealand. New Zealand.
Zealand.
We should change it to Zealand.
There's a city called Zealand in Michigan.
Oh, I want to move there.
I think it's just south of Holland, actually.
I have another argument why...
Fact check me on that.
Okay. Correct. Okay, moving on. I think the people in Colorado scare me a little bit too much. They all drive Subarus.
No, they don't.
Lesbians. There's a lot of lesbians there.
There's a lot of lesbians in California, mister.
Why do you think I moved?
Are you lesbianophobic?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. Quote me on that.
Oh, it's because you want them to date you and not other girls.
Do you remember a few years ago, maybe a year ago, when I had the argument of why can girls be gay but I can't be lesbian?
Yeah. I don't know the etymology of those words.
Why did we have to use the word what was it?
Etymology.
Okay.
Like how the word came to be. Like you know how English is just like
it's a
cluster
of everything.
Of tons of different languages. That's how we ended
up with 3 bears.
Like where did lesbian come from? You know, I have a computer in my hand that could fly Apollo 13, so
that's a weird fact.
Lesbian Apollo 13. No. Etymology.
Okay. The word lesbian. It's Greek, I told you.
Lesbios. Home of Sappho, who expressed affection for women in her poetry.
So lesbians' affection for poetry. Cool.
No, it's the word root.
Oh, like a beat.
There was a poet on an island called Lesbos who wrote about erotic love between women in the late 1500s.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of cool.
That is cool. It's Greek. It's from Greek.
So that still doesn't answer my question why a girl can be gay but I can't be lesbian.
Because the word root is specifically from women erotic love.
Okay.
Affection.
I would gladly show women erotic love.
But no, it's between 2 women.
It is 2023. What if I identify as a woman?
Well, you could do that.
Also, not to get controversial, but we're going to do it. If you're transgender, say you were a man and now you're a female, a girl.
Hold on, start over. I was looking up the etymology of gay.
Ugh, don't do that.
It's French.
Cool. Baguette. If you were it's easier to picture you being transgender. It's funny in my eyes. If you're transgender, like you were Ryan and now you're Brittany, right? But now you wanted to date another guy. Does that mean you're gay?
But I wanted to date another guy.
After you transition.
After I transition. I don't know.
I would say yes. Because you still have your original chromosomes.
Yeah.
Until they change their chromosomes, they're still biologically that gender.
Yeah.
And this might be the day I get canceled.
I want to agree with you, but also...
You don't want to do it when it's recording?
I know that subculture has very specific organization of things. And they're very aggressive online too.
Well, here's the best part. Only 4
So is the fitness industry and the nutrition industry.
Well, this is our podcast.
If you call someone out on the internet that doesn't know what they're talking about,
game over.
They get mad at you.
Game over.
It's emotional right off the bat. There's no logic. There's no logical argument. It goes straight to
your mom.
Your mom shouldn't have given birth to you.
Damn.
I'm all I said was potatoes are good, dude. Stop hating on potatoes.
Do you remember when you used to get in arguments on Instagram?
Oh, it's so fun. Because I'll post research links and then I won't get responses, and it feels so good.
You know, I've thought about that with nursing, but then I'm like, what if this somehow gets back to me? I have a career.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just kidding, I'm not a nurse. Don't find me. What else do we want to talk about? We still haven't really talked about anything. 46 minutes in.
We talked about a lot. I thought you said this was going to be a 2-hour. 2-hour.
It is, because it's our 10th episode.
That means 2 hours? We should live stream.
You think so?
On
That'd be kind of fun. On Twitch?
Yeah, we should make a Twitch.
Okay, we can do that right now. While we're podcasting. Are you getting bored? You're starting to spin. You call me ADHD.
I just kind of want a snack.
You can go snack. I'll talk to myself.
What do you want to talk about? We talked about my talking notes. Oh, I guess we covered one of yours.
We talked a few. Let's pull up the notes. I've noticed myself writing down interesting things throughout the day.
Yeah, me too. My notes pad.
Should we talk about our old dating life? I think that could be a very interesting conversation.
Our old dating life? You did ask me when my first kiss was.
Yeah, let's go into that.
My first kiss when I was 15.
Okay, how did it go down?
15. It was in a parking lot.
Now that's where
at school.
After your private school got out?
Yeah.
Do you think private and public school are really that, do you think it really changes the kid?
Because
we both went to private schools.
So private and public schools are only different because of where they get their funding from, right? Public schools get their funding from government plus extra sources. Private schools get their money from tuition cost plus extra sources.
Yeah, but now they can allocate those funds to different things, making them very different.
Yeah, definitely. Like the high school by my house at home it's like a STEM public high school versus other ones that might be like a fine arts public high school, right? I think it has so much to do with where it's located. The quality of the teachers is huge, which is a weird thing because so public schools usually pay more for teachers, and then you're also...
Do they really?
Yeah. And then you also get a pension because it's technically a government-funded position, right?
That's nice.
But the thing is that if you teach at a public school, you have to conform to all of their teaching guidelines.
Like Common Core and all that BS?
Most of which are complete doo-doo.
Caca?
Terrible.
We're talking caca?
Yeah, absolutely terrible. So a lot of the really good teachers go to private schools because of that.
Okay.
So I do think it has... So I think what makes a school good is the teachers. And I think a lot of the good teachers know that the public school guidelines are bad, so they go to private schools because they don't want to be told what they can and can't teach.
That's fair.
Right? Like you can't... during Christmas time, you can't do stuff related to Christmas. at all. Like, my mom was saying that you can have a tree, you get like a Christmas tree, but you can't put a star at the top because then it's religious.
No, it's not. It's a star.
Right?
What is it? Friggin' astrology?
Yeah. You can't, or what was the weird one? You can talk about Santa, but you can't talk about like other things about Christmas. You can't talk about like the origin of Christmas. Like, even if you do, she said you can't even do projects where it's like presenting on different cultures and what they celebrate, and you like hit like the top 20 or something. You can't even do that.
When did this start? Because I did this in middle school. I talked about
yeah, we did too. My mom said it was either like this year or last year or something. I don't know. She was just talking about it over break. I don't know exactly when it started.
There's too many rules.
Way too many rules.
Can I put a little example in?
Mm-hmm.
We used to have to put our phones up front in high school to take like attendance.
We weren't allowed to have phones at all in our school. You got detention if your phone went off. We also had to have our shirts tucked in, and we had a uniform.
That's stupid. Anyways, so you had to put your phones up front to take attendance to make sure you weren't texting during class.
Okay.
They're not allowed to take your phones anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Too many rules.
Why can't they take your phone? If you're being disruptive in class, they should be
No. I'm sure they can take it if you're being No, actually, I don't think they can even do that.
Really?
What
about during a test?
Sucks.
They can't take your phone?
I don't know.
They can take your test.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
Also, you always know how I like joke about like bringing bullying back. Like, there's a part of me that's serious about that.
I mean, there's definitely a spectrum of bullying, right? But like,
sure.
I feel like being made fun of from time to time, at least for me, is really good.
It's constructive.
It puts you in your place. It's very constructive. Like, obviously, like, if a kid's hitting another kid, like, that's not okay.
Not the type of bullying I'm talking
exactly.
about.
I just wanted to clear that up.
I just don't like seeing these 15-year-old white boys, like, twerking. Like, if we do
you're saying
like
should get
TikTokers.
made fun of like we did?
Yes. These kids are dancing, and, like, at least not doing drugs, but maybe drugs are better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, it's another tough watch on the part of the viewers.
Like, they need tougher skin is what you're saying.
They need to be humbled. Also, they're very soft. They're very snowflakey.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
Is an issue.
I think that's a lot of the parents, though.
I would agree.
I think that falls on the parents a lot.
Maybe that goes back to, like, the discussion of, do you spank your children? Which we talked about last episode.
What do you think about homeschooling?
I did homeschooling for a few months, and I hated it personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on the age you're homeschooling, to be honest.
Oh, definitely.
So if you're homeschooling, like,
when were you homeschooled? For
sophomore year of high school.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think you can homeschool in high school, but before that, I don't agree with it because that school is not for the education. It's more for, like, socializing.
There's a huge social part of high school. Also, I don't actually think the school part, unless your parents have their background in that, like, you really think your parents still remember high school level chemistry, high school level biology, high school level math, high school level history, like all these things.
Are they not provided with things to teach?
In homeschooling?
Yeah, because you can, like, go through programs.
They have to seek. Yeah, but they have to seek that out.
Okay.
Like, in Colorado, you can no school your kids.
I mean, that makes sense.
Which is really bad.
Then they end up in the mountains, and they turn into a goat.
That whole philosophy of, like,
they're the shroom kids.
We're not gonna teach our kids something until they want to learn it, and then you end up with kids.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. That's
a philosophy?
That's a thing. And then you end up with kids who are, like, 9 years old and don't know the alphabet and, like, can't read.
Well, I'm still struggling with that myself.
Yeah.
I think school's essential.
Oh, 100%.
However, I think our school system is
Our school system sucks. It is atrocious in more ways than
not.
We have time to talk about right now.
I mean, we still have an hour left.
That's true.
I had this conversation with my grandpa before he passed. He was a teacher.
Okay.
And, sup, Grandpa Lou? How you doing in heaven?
Grandpa Lou.
My man. Hit a Corvette.
Man.
Oh,
what year?
I don't know, like a 7 or something.
7?
An 07?
1907?
No.
I was like, they didn't make them.
But I was like, we both agreed that the education system is trash.
Are we that far into the 2000s that 07 is just like
it's back
understandably 2007?
That was iPhone 3G. That was the first iPhone. Rough, I know. Anyways, we both agreed that the education system is broken, but we could not come up with a solution.
Okay, so when you look at top education systems in the world based on like how the kids score on tests. Okay, so first of all, I don't agree with standardized tests. Some kids are built for testing. Some kids are not built for testing, and they should be, I don't want to say judged, but evaluated. That's evaluated in other ways.
I think executed is the word you're looking
No,
for.
evaluated, not executed.
You should execute the kids.
But when you look at the top countries, it's like,
Country.
just look at what they're doing. You know, look at what Finland's doing. Look at what Singapore is doing.
What are they doing?
Their school systems are completely different. Like, I mean, even just little things like, they'll do like 45-minute classes, and in between each class they'll do a 15-minute break.
We do that in nursing.
Like, I was like, 11-year-olds are not built to sit in a class for 6 hours a day.
I would agree.
You know. Also, it's not good for learning.
Can I bring something up that you just said?
Yeah.
You brought up exams right away.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need to do away with exams.
Not completely.
Hear me out.
Because there's a lot of benefit in seeing where you're at and being able to set a benchmark.
Okay, fair. But instead of being punished for
I don't
low,
think they should count for anything. I think it should be like an evaluative tool for the school itself.
That's great.
And just to see how the overall education system is doing. I don't think your ACT score should matter for getting into college, because some kids suck at tests. They're so smart. I know a lot of people that are incredibly smart, but they get such bad test anxiety that they do bad on tests.
I know not a lot, but some colleges, Stanford being one of them, is doing away with ACT and SAT. They don't care
that's
anymore.
Good. I don't know.
But as I was saying, I'm related to nursing because that's all I know. One of my nurses actually mentioned this, so shout out Ray. Hey Ray. Ray the man.
All the shout outs.
All the shout outs to Ray. Give credit where credit's due, right? He said, do away with exams in nursing. This is nursing. Okay. And now prove the knowledge.
Yeah.
Now you can do that because you have clinical hours in nursing built in. I can memorize lab values all day.
Oh yeah.
But can I apply the low sodium now?
And can you understand it?
That is way more useful.
That's the big part that I've seen being in college missing from pretty much all college classes.
Anybody can memorize.
Anybody can memorize something for a week or two and then re-memorize it again for the last week, right? Yeah. But can you put every concept together and like tie them all together? Do you understand it fundamentally? That is not tested because all of our tests are multiple choice.
Well, speak for yourself.
I've had like 2 classes that use short answer, but like there needs to be more of that.
I don't know. I don't think testing. I agree. Testing is a great benchmark to see where you're at. Yeah. But now my grades plummeted 12%. Yeah. And so the next test, I'm just gonna memorize and then forget it all. That makes no sense. Yeah. There's no logic behind that. Yeah. No. I would love to actually hear what your mom says about this. Maybe we can ask her.
She has pretty much the same thought.
Like with the testing and all that?
Like some kids, like if you do well on tests, like testing's great, right? Like if you get like a short answer essay question test and you're just like good at tests, you do well under stress, you thrive under stress, like tests are great. I just think that there needs to be different options, right? Like I've had a couple classes where like you can take the test or you can do a presentation or you can do like a hands-on what do you call it? Practical. Yeah. Like a practical.
That is fantastic.
Right? And you get to choose which one. I think that's awesome.
Because the ones who are good at tests get rewarded, but the ones who are bad at tests could still prove
they
that
don't
they
get,
know.
Yeah, they can still prove that they know it, and they don't get punished.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
And I understand it takes more effort from the teacher, but, like, you sign up to be a teacher for a reason. Like, help your kids learn. Don't make them scared to fail.
Yeah.
Make them, like, want to succeed.
Mm-hmm. Like, I took this awesome nutritional biochemistry class, and it was all about mechanisms and pathways and understanding how the body digests and metabolizes food and, like, how you get energy and all this stuff. And then the questions on the test were all memorization based. It wasn't tying things together and stuff, which I really wanted. Which is that poster.
That one.
Right.
Oh, I'm getting better at this.
Right there.
I think you're a unique breed, though. I think you really do want to learn the curriculum.
Yeah, because I enjoy learning. I don't just... Like, grades are cool, but I'd rather be able, someone ask me a question about what they know I've been studying and me be able to give them an answer right away than being able to say, oh, my GPA is whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's way more valuable. Which sucks that it isn't valued more. Especially, like, for applying to grad schools and something. Especially if you bomb your freshman year, which is all gen eds, right? If you're in, I don't know. Like, if you're in my major and you bombed your math class, like, who cares?
How often are you going to use pre-calc?
You have a calculator, like, wherever you are. Like, sure, be able to add, but, you know, you don't need algebra 2. You don't need to be able to do derivatives or anything.
You never know.
And they just, like, grad schools are just like, oh, GPA. Nope, not this one.
Do you remember in high school when the teachers would emphasize it's all about grades, and in college the teachers are going to be so mean and they're not going to put up with this?
Yeah, that never happened.
No.
Also, my high school used MLA, and
Me too.
They were like, oh, you better learn this now. You're going to need it in college. They're going to be super strict. We get to college, it's APA.
It's switched.
I'm more strict than the teachers. Like,
because college, it's if you want to do it, you can do it. If not, see you later.
Yeah.
You know, though, it's like it's at your account. If that, like, which is what I thrive on. Like, I don't want to be told what to do.
Yeah, like, but also, I don't know. In terms of formatting a paper, like if the font's legible, I don't care what font it is. like make the paper so it looks good. You know, put page numbers.
Why does APA matter?
Put your references. It's a way that I don't know why it's so specific, but like I like that there's a way that like you should reference things, just because like plagiarism's huge in colleges, so that makes a lot of sense for making sure that people don't plagiarize things and that they actually are putting where they got the information from for different things. But the whole like oh, it has to be 1-inch margins. Oh, you have to triple indent, and then like title page and your subheading level 4 has to be like that's weird.
Yeah. Can we bring up plagiarism and then maybe we can end it?
Yeah.
Say I take a class and I fail it.
And
I take the same class again and the same prompt comes up in an essay. I can't resubmit my own paper.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't. That's plagiarism.
No, it's not, because you wrote the original one.
Not according to my school standards. I can't submit my own work twice.
For the same assignment?
Correct.
You'd have to rewrite the entire paper?
Correct.
Could you cite your original paper in your first paper? Because then you could block quote it.
I'm sure there's a way around it, but I asked one of my teachers, I was like, can I just like resubmit this? Say like, not
because I understand not being able to resubmit something for a different assignment in a different class or the same class. But like if you fail the like if you take the class, let's say it's the first paper, you get 100% on that first paper, and then you fail the class. So you have to retake the class. Why can't you resubmit that 100% paper?
Which is your work.
The
only argument I have against that is, you know how the source has to be within 5 years. Maybe it's expired.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll find a new source.
Yeah.
Why can't I submit my own work?
Yeah, that's
I plagiarize
dumb.
Myself?
Again, education system. Sucks.
There's little speed bumps.
Yeah.
So, that's all I have to say
That's a weird rule.
We weren't really funny this episode.
Well, that's okay. Next episode will be funny.
Episode 10. We did it.
Oh, with Tegan. Is Tegan going to be on that one? Or is Em home tomorrow?
Em, you home?
Yeah.
Are you really?
The butler seems sad.
That didn't sound too convincing. I don't know.
We'll see. I'm home at 8 o'clock from work.
Oh, that's
so.
late.
I know. Sorry, bud.
Oof.
Duty calls.
Literally. Because you're a nurse.
Get it? Because I clean up poop. I should bring a shovel to work one day and just...
Like your, what is it called? Tegan's going to hate me for not knowing this.
A gold digger?
No, when you mucking.
What's mucking?
Isn't it called mucking the stalls?
I don't know.
Isn't that what it's called when you shovel poop?
I don't know.
Out of the horse stall?
I don't really...
No one texted me Snowflake.
No one texted me Snowflake.
So, that was from last episode. What should they text us this time?
Lemon.
Lemon. You know what's weird? You know how there's lemons and limes? In Spanish, lemon is lima.
Oh, it's close.
And lime is limón.
Speaking of...
They're backwards.
That is kind of cool. Did the color... Never mind. Alright, guys. Peace, love, happiness.
Orange is still orange, but just Spanish word for orange.
Orange!
Naranja.
Episode 11.
I don't know.
We'll
Kind
shoot
of
for
Spanish.
We'll go for tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
Liddy.
The episode we just posted, which hopefully you guys watched before this, it's the funniest episode.
Oh, that one's good.
I'm going to go listen to it and walk. Alright. Peace and love.
Because Cory was drunk.
No, it wasn't.